Thank you for joining us on Season 2, Episode 3 of Tradition of Excellence with Kamryn Dehn. A lot of you guys may know her since she's a new science teacher at Frankfort High School. I admire her work ethic and all the things she's accomplished in the science and wildlife areas. She's an inspiration to follow your dreams and to do things out of the ordinary. I hope you enjoy this as much as I did.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Tradition of Excellence. We're here with Miss Kamryn Dehn from the class of 2017. So we're happy to be here today with you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So I wanted to ask, what were you involved in high school?
So I was involved in quite a bit. I think I did spread myself a little too thin back then, but I was a year-round swimmer, so I didn't really get an off season for that. I also played soccer for a few years when I was here, and I did NHS, student council, and HOSA, I believe. Mm-hmm.
Out of those, which would you say was your favorite to be involved in?
Ooh, at the time, I really wanted to go into the healthcare field, so HOSA was definitely my favorite thing.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I forgot to mention that you went to Frankfort High School. I mean, that's Tradition of Excellence, this whole thing, but I just thought I should mention it. And since you did all of that in high school, which is awesome, as someone who's also spread myself too thin over the school, what did you get up to after graduation?
So after graduation, I kind of flew the coop basically and decided to do my own thing. I went to Purdue and I did agriculture, but I kind of got to design my own major a little bit. So I took a lot of like anthropology classes, fisheries, wildlife classes, but I originally started as an engineering major. Quickly realized I did not enjoy that. So then I made the flip into wildlife. I did some primatology research on chimpanzees when I was an undergrad. And then after that, I went to go get my master's at the University of Miami, and I got a degree in marine biology, and my master's thesis focused on polar bear human interactions.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. I love polar bears. How would you describe your time at Purdue?
It was really interesting. The first 2 years were pretty normal, but then the pandemic hit. So the last 2 years of my college experience weren't super fun, so I kind of just had to push through it to get my degree, unfortunately.
Yeah. I know that had such an effect on everyone. Even I was in middle school at the time, and the pandemic hitting, it really affected everyone. I can only imagine what that would be like when you're traveling for research, and I mean, you mentioned like it's the science field, so I'd imagine health concerns a big thing, especially when researching things like that. If you could give your freshman year of high school self one piece of advice, what would it be?
Ooh. So back when I was a freshman, I definitely think I tried to mold myself to fit other people's expectations of me, and I got involved in a lot of clubs and activities that I thought people wanted me to do in order to be a good student, and I didn't really give myself the freedom to explore the hobbies and interests that I had. So I think if I were to go back and tell my younger self what to do, I would say, hey, stop doing this, go this way instead, because this is what you really want to do.
What were some hobbies that you had?
Wildlife, for example, that was a really big one of mine. I was also, at the time, interested in veterinary work, healthcare with HOSA, so that was a big one that I actually decided to join, so I was pretty proud of myself for that. But yeah, I think I just tried to get into like the good kid clubs, you know, like NHS, student council.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What other career paths did you think about going on?
Oh, quite a bit. It was kind of a roller coaster when I went to Purdue. So like I said, I started in engineering, so I thought I wanted to do that, and then I kind of worked back to that veterinary path, and so I opted for a pre-vet pathway with my major, realized I didn't like medicine as much as I thought I did. Then I hopped into fisheries because I thought I liked fish so much that I wanted a career out of it. And then I realized I just wanted, you know, mammals and wildlife.
Right. Awesome. It's always good to explore career paths, and especially when you're like in the ages of like, I don't know, I'd say even like 13 to like 20 something. You're back and forth constantly, and that's that really shows in college how, you know, everyone bounces back and forth majors, and you're a great example of how it worked out, though. Because I mean, you found what you wanted to do and you did it. So I think that's really awesome.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like if you just keep exploring the things you want to explore, eventually you're going to land on something that sticks for you.
Right. Okay, thank you so much for joining us on this episode, and thank you so much to Miss Dehn for letting us interrogate her today. All right, thank you so much for watching. I will see you later, dogs.